Welcome to PYTCHLabs. PYTCHLabs is where we at PYTCH experiment with hypotheses. We want to test things that we can do with our technology to help create experiences and share messages. Tonight's hypothesis is, can we project on 5 locations in 1 hour without getting stopped by the police? So let's go. So tonight we're going to be using a thing called a GOBO. This is a round metal disc that goes inside a light, and what's printed on that disc then gets projected onto buildings. This is running out the back of a moving light, the kind of thing we'd use for big arena shows, and it's being powered by our SolCell rigs. These are massive battery racks that are pre-charged by solar power, which means we have zero noise, zero fumes, and zero hydrocarbons throughout the whole project. We're now at another location with our GOBO projection. People often wonder, what kind of surfaces can you project onto? Obviously, big flat white surfaces with no windows is perfect, but you don't normally get them with Gorilla projection. This building behind me here has a funny angle to it. It's got like returns on the wall. Now that might seem like a bad thing from a projection point of view, but if your camera or your video camera is in the same position as the light projecting it, you actually see the image quite well. So when you're thinking about GOBO projection, consider the location of the camera that's taking the shot and where the light is. As long as they're in line with each other, most surfaces are generally pretty forgiving. Now let's move on to our next location. We're 37 minutes into our 1 hour projection marathon. This is our 3rd location. The van's got in and we're projecting on the building. Now this location's interesting because we're competing with different light sources. What you can see behind me is, although it's not as good when there's flood lighting on building, if you get enough punch off the lighting that you're using, you can project over the top of existing architectural lights. So don't be afraid of sites where there's floodlights. You can work with it, but ideally you want that big, nice white surface with no competing light. We're now at our next location, but it's actually the same van location as last time, but a different building. So a few minutes ago, we were projecting onto this building here with the moving light, but we've now moved the moving light across to a different building over there. Bearing in mind, every time you set the van up, it's like operational complexity. So you want to get as many different shots out of that one location as possible. In the case of this one, 2 separate buildings. Most Gorilla projection campaigns are all about getting a message across through photos or videos. So to get the maximum value from your night of projection, try and find places where you can do multiple projections from one location. So we did it, 5 locations in 1 hour. We loaded up a pre-charged SolCell rig in the back of a van. We used a Maverick hybrid moving head fixture. We put a glass GOBO inside it, and we projected on all these buildings around the centre of Bristol in less than an hour. We can do this in pretty much any city in the UK or Europe, and if you want to use this kind of messaging for your campaign or marketing, get in contact. We'd love to help you out with it, and we hope to hear from you soon.